Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Papa.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Aunt Becky.
And we're some of the Veggie boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of vegetables here on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. We are just getting finished up with morning chores. It has been kind of hectic here on the farm since the past couple days have been above normal temperatures. It's brought a lot of people out to the farm market. You can see we've got a lot of empty spots here in greenhouse number 6. That means we've been moving plants out to sell. And at this very moment, we're finishing up with water in the hanging baskets. You gotta be careful walking through here. Sometimes you can get wet. Not only have we been busy with the farm market, but we've also been busy planting out in the fields when it comes to peas, sweet corn. It hasn't stopped. We've been going. We've been cleaning up the fields really nice with our brand new rock picker. That's something we've been running quite often. And on top of planting, we've also been prepping even more ground for some more stuff that we're gonna be planting. And hopefully we'll get to planting something very interesting today. You did see us collecting and grading some eggs. Right here we got 2 full boxes of eggs that are ready to go up to the farm market. And we've also got 2 more baskets down here that we can grade. Let me just say, the ladies in my life, including the chickens, they are productive. They're hard workers.
So baby cows.
Yep, baby cows.
They're so beautiful.
They're very beautiful.
You got flowers?
I got flowers. Callie just helped us load up an order of 15 hanging baskets. Hey, what do you think of all the beautiful flowers?
Good.
They're good? Which color is your favorite flower?
Pink.
Pink? Very nice choice. I don't know, Dad. Callie says the flowers are pretty beautiful in here.
They are beautiful, just like Callie.
Papa, come here.
Come here, I got a job yet. I got a job to do first.
Currently, I'm here in the farm market, in the cooler to be more specific, and I'm moving some pallets around. Moving pallets around isn't anything special, but what's on these pallets is very special. These are our seed potatoes. We've got a few different varieties in here, and we want them to get them moved out of the cooler. I got it. Look at that. Wow. I'm like the MacGyver of moving potatoes. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous.
That's good. That's good.
Uh-oh. Not good. Boy, I don't know what we would do without this pallet jack, but it can be fidgety sometimes. We got our first load of potatoes pulled out, and I think we got 2 or 3 more in there that need to come out as well. Now, for some of you, you may be wondering why we're pulling the seed potatoes out of the cooler. But for those that have been around the channel for a longer time, you're gonna realize what the special thing we have going on today is. Right now, Daniel is greasing up our potato planter. This is a 4-row potato planter. Now, a goal we had set for ourselves a few years ago was trying to get better at raising and harvesting potatoes, and I think we've been pretty successful at that. One of the big parts to achieve that goal was getting a new planter. We got this about 3 years ago, so we've used it twice and it has worked out great for us. We had this old 2-row potato planter that we called the cha-cha machine because when I go out through the field, it'd go cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. But besides, the cha-cha machine worked great about 20 years ago. And it's just been going downhill ever since then. So we've got our new potato planter that's contributed to us having great potato seasons. And you had not seen Daniel yet this morning because he took the truck to get some fertilizer. So now we've got fertilizer to put into our planter so that we can get started planting potatoes. And yeah, that's one of the big reasons why we've been working so hard at getting ground prepared. We wanted to get these potatoes planted today. got our planter all hooked up. We're just gonna take it out to the garden really quick just to test it, make sure that everything is turning properly. Everything looks good. Is that all right? This auger makes it a lot easier on us when we're loading up fertilizer. We just have to dump it in one end and it pulls it the whole way across. Does Uncle Daniel know what he's doing? Grandpa's pretty slick on that forklift. I think it's all those years of driving. The first variety of potatoes that we're loading in are called Envol. So we're gonna get all these loaded up. We're gonna do 5 in each hopper. Now for those of you that have never seen seed potatoes before, they look very similar to just your run-of-the-mill potatoes. Now if you took your potatoes that you harvested last year and planted them this year, they would grow. These are just select potatoes. These are sized accordingly to what we need. These are called bees. Bees allow us to just run them right through the machine and not have to cut any of them. So it saves us a lot of time. That's why we like to get our potatoes sourced. We get them from a place called the Maine Farmers Exchange, and they've taken really good care of us over the past couple of years. I think this year they gave us some maple syrup to take home with it. Had some pancakes with it, it was really good. But the Maine Farmer Exchange, they've treated us really good, especially when it comes to getting our potatoes. So these all came from there, all the potatoes. I think we've got 4 pallets altogether. So as you guys can see, you can really fill this thing up. I mean, we only put in 20, 50-pound bags of seed potatoes. If we were doing a lot of one variety, we could just fill this thing up and we could go for an extended period of time. But since we're going from variety to variety, we're gonna have to be a little more careful, and we're not gonna have to fill the machine up as much. Uh-oh, it's about to get a little congested here. I think we can get over enough. It's my cousin. What are you doing? Get over! He is a little bigger than us. I guess we'll let him have it. Boy, it is beautiful out today. Well, I'm not gonna lie there, that first part did not go as smooth as we had liked it to. I mean, the planter worked great, but these potatoes are a little larger than bees. Kind of noticed that when we were putting them into the machine. The rest of the potatoes won't be like this, so it'll be much smoother later on. But, I mean, the planter is doing its job. We got our first 8 rows of potatoes planted. That went really quickly. It's only smooth sailing from here on out, right? That's what we always say. It was a little rusty hopping back into things, but once we got back into it, I think it's just like a fish to water, or like a Veggie boys to the potato planter. The next potatoes are gonna be a little smaller, easier to plant, and it's gonna go very quickly today, I'm hoping. No breakdowns, that's all we want, no breakdowns. And Dad was looking back at me, he was pointing at the ground because he wanted me to show you that the peas are up. So I'm sure that's exciting for everybody that likes to watch me suffer. We got that first planting done just in time because it is now lunch, so we're gonna head up and get something to eat. Ooh, for lunch today, it looks like we are having chicken wraps, and we got some fresh watermelon. Ooh, that's what I like to see. Once I got finished with lunch, I took Callie home, and then I made my way back to the farm. We're gonna get some more potatoes loaded into the planter. The entire stack that Dad has on front of the forklift is going in. We just gotta make sure that we divvy them up evenly. We just got our next variety of potatoes put into the planter. These are called Norwis. They're a yellow potato. And you'll notice these seed potatoes are much smaller than the others. So I believe they were supposed to be bees, but they were not. That might have been our fault. Who knows? Doesn't matter. But these look great. While I'm waiting for Dad, I'll show you why we like the bees so much. You can see we have the small shoots down here. This is where the potatoes fall out into the little hopper section. And then there's little wheels in there that spin. They have 2 little points on them, and they grab the potatoes and then bring them around and drop them down into the discs that have opened up a little hole, and then they get covered. So these things are constantly spinning, and if the potatoes aren't falling down in, well, then we're not planting potatoes. So the larger potatoes can sometimes get clogged up, but the smaller potatoes make it much easier on us. At the end of the row, it doesn't give the back plates an opportunity to fold over the dirt. So what I have to do is hop off at the end, cover it up, and then we're ready to go again. The planter is doing a really nice job. It might just be the guy who's driving. I'm not really sure just yet, but things have been going smoothly. We had one hopper here get a little bit low, so Daniel's running back to get the side-by-side, and then we're gonna get potatoes and fill this thing back up.
I remember why there's more on that house. We threw some from that. We had 38, right?
What?
We had 38, right?
Yeah.
That's 12. 14 a row then, basically.
Mm-hmm. How else to keep saying it, but things are just going so well for us. Haven't had any breakdowns. Potatoes are flowing really nice, and the planter is just doing a phenomenal job. The only thing I will complain about, if I am to complain about something, is that it's very dusty. It is supposed to rain later this evening. I do feel that front coming in, it's really starting to pick up, which is making it even more dusty. It's the only problem I really am seeing at this moment. But if that's my only problem, a little dust, I'll take it. It's just gonna be a crazy time blowing my nose later. We're loading the last of the potatoes into the hopper. These are our red potatoes, so when we get these all finished off, that will be it. And that'll be our entire potato harvest, or our potato crop, planted in one day. That's really exciting. Hey, Pop, you know you're getting out of that tractor a little bit slower than before.
Those steps are pretty steep, and I have sneakers on. I didn't want to slip.
Oh, I got you. How you feeling, Daniel? Would you say spud-tastic?
Dusty.
Spudlicious?
Dusty.
Spud amazing?
Dirt tastes weird.
This is how you know you're getting down to the end. Daniel's had to hop in there and he's sorting potatoes so we can try and finish out even. And that is gonna wrap it up for the year when it comes to planting potatoes. Dad is just going out through the field making sure the machine is completely empty. I think we did a good job at keeping everything even all the way up until the end though, so there shouldn't be too many stragglers in there. Now, obviously, we don't raise a crazy amount of potatoes. All the potatoes that we raise, we either sell directly through the farm market, or we will supply a local wholesaler for a few weeks out of the year. We prefer to sell everything through the farm market, but when we have a good year like we did last year, then we have a little extra. Now, before, this job would take 3-4 days with our old planter. That just goes to show how many problems that we would have. And this is a 4-row, the other one was a 2-row, so it took twice as long. But we were able to get our potatoes finished in 1 day. That is awesome. That is really, really cool. The fact that they're all done and we no longer have to worry about them, oh, just so much stress has been lifted off of you. At this point in the year, we're really focused on whatever we need to get planted. So we've been looking at corn, sweet corn, different types of beans and peas. That's been what our main focus is, and then it's like, oh, that's right, we gotta plant potatoes. And later on in the week, we're gonna try and get our first planting of pole crops in. So we've got cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower that we wanna get planted. It's never ending. And I will say, the wind is starting to pick up out here. The clouds are starting to look a little bit darker. I think that storm front is coming. That works, we just spent all day planting. I'd love for it to get a nice drink. So how you feeling? Are you happy?
Yep, good job.
Oh, got all the potatoes done. And now that we're all finished with this machine, Dad's cleaning it off, which we do after every time we use it. We want to make sure we get all the fertilizer and dust off of it. And it's going right back in the barn. So this machine came out for 3 or 4 days, and now it's going right back in the barn. We got it out, got it all set up and ready to go. Used it 1 day, it's going right back in there. Gonna keep it nice and protected so it continues to last. After we got the potato planter all cleaned off, we ended up putting it back in the shop. It fit nicely, right where it sat all last year. Then we got the farm market closed up and I made my way home. Now I'm working on dinner. I'm making kielbasa Alfredo. Never made it before. Trying Alfredo with some kielbasa. And we got homemade Alfredo sauce. Getting the pasta done. I'm getting ready to put some breadsticks in the oven. We're gonna try it, see how it is. I'm excited. I don't know. I guess I'll just have to find out later how good it is. Ooh. Just got finished with dinner, so we are gonna sit down and eat. It's looking really good. I've tried it a little bit while I was cooking. It tasted really good. This is at the time of the day where I'd like to remind everybody, if you have not already, don't forget to like the video. It helps us out a ton. And if you're new here, please remember to subscribe. We're trying to hit 200,000 subscribers. Thank you everybody so much for being here. Thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.